using that beautiful Colt blue. That's a Colt 22 Conversion Unit. We're going to try it out on this new Rock Island tactical frame and see how it works. So you just install it like you normally would any other upper, and you need to use the Colt slide stop that comes with it. It's a special size, so make sure you use that with the conversion unit. And otherwise, we're going to see if it runs reliably on this new frame. It's a little fiddly getting the barrel back far enough to get the slide stop through, but got it on and it seems to be smooth. Let's take it out and see if it runs. Alright, so we've got some aftermarket metal form magazines loaded up and the original one that came with the kit. So let's try the one that came with the kit first. Locks in fine. Feels fine. This is just Federal Champion lead around those. Let's see if I can hit anything. Nope. So I got a light strike. Why it's not working. So possibly ammo related. I don't know what's going on here. Really strange. It's feeding and ejecting when they go off. Let me think. You know what? I think I have the Advantage Arms 18-pound spring in this, the hammer spring. That might be it. Well, it's working as far as the feeding and ejecting and locking the slide open. It's 100%, but let me replace the hammer spring with the one that came with the Rock Island frame, and I bet that fixes it. Let's try that. Alright, so I've replaced the hammer spring with the standard one that came with the Rock Island Tactical. And I bet you nickel that was the problem. This is the same Al's Federal Champion lead round nose. That was let me see, first one. That's a metal form magazine. Let's try the Colt magazine. And the other metal form magazine.
29 out of, I guess 28 out of 30 went off, so that helps a lot. So let's try some other ammo just to make sure that maybe this ammo is needs a little bit harder strike. All right, so this is some Remington standard velocity lead. Almost soft, I can feel it. That was an ammo problem, I imagine. When they go off, they work. That is CCI Mini Mag. Really? And this is Federal Champion pre-Obama plated all points. The occasional light strike, so I don't know, any ideas? Welcome. Might just need to put in a heavier hammer spring, I guess, but when they go off it seems like it's feeding pretty well, except with one magazine I'm having that weird, I guess if it's a short stroke, it's the one that jammed felt like it was really light, the one right before it jammed, so I wonder if it didn't cycle fully and didn't have a chance to chamber. Alright, so let's do this one more time. Seem to like those Federal Champion plated ones the best. There are these older ones that you used to be able to get for about 18 bucks for 525 of them. Now they're crazy prices. Let's try just some function testing with those again. Nope. I wonder if I need a lighter firing pin spring. Maybe that would help. That's 11, so didn't want to lock back on that one. So. All right. That's really fun when it's working. I'll need to diagnose that further. I hadn't had any problems with it before, running it on a Colt host. So maybe it just likes to be with its mommy rather than the Rock Island. But the combination of hammer spring and trigger spring, hammer spring and firing pin spring, seemed to be perfect before. But now it's having a couple of issues, as you can see. What I'm happy with is that it's cycling and ejecting almost flawlessly. The only times I've had those jams was when it was a obviously soft round that had like really small powder charge in it, and I think that the slide didn't have enough time to cycle fully, and or the magazine didn't have enough time to fully feed that next round up, and the slide sort of closed on the round as it was feeding. So I think that's probably an ammo issue. These are cool. If anyone is unfamiliar with these, it's a blued steel Colt Conversion Unit, it's called. And they made these back in the 70s, and it's basically a steel slide, steel barrel, and the way they make it run with 22 is that there's a floating chamber right here that's probably a little bit sticky right now, but you can see that this chamber is actually a separate piece from the barrel. Hopefully you can see that. And the round goes off, and then this piece adds to the momentum of that as it moves back and strikes the slide. So it adds to the recoil, so it's a recoil enhancer, which is pretty cool. I like how they solved that problem. And this feels very different from shooting in any other 22 conversion. Most other 22 conversions use aluminum slides or zinc slides, the new crap that they make now. But because they have no, for the 22 to run a 1911, it needs to have a lighter slide. But this one, they figured out that they can just add that recoil. You can see that that chamber sort of rattles a little bit, which doesn't do anything for accuracy apparently, but I've had no problems with reliability with mine other than, let's see those feeding issues, which I believe, as I said, is ammo related. But a lot of people say that they have to really polish theirs and keep it really well lubed, but I've shot probably 12 or so magazines through, and I just grease the rails and a little bit of oil on the barrel, and that's it. So it's a lot of fun to shoot. Like I said, it's not very accurate, but you can hit the plates pretty much every time at 15, 18 yards. So for my purposes, that's all you need, and it's really fun. It has a little bit more of a different recoil pulse than their other 1911 conversions or 22 1911s, because it has that recoil enhancing. So it's sort of like halfway between a 22 and maybe a 9mm in recoil impulse. It's pretty cool. It's more like shooting a quote real pistol than the other 22s I've shot. So check them out if you want. Beautiful. Hopefully I can get it running better. As I said before, on the 1911 Colt Host, it was flawless. So there's got to be something going on with the hammer spring, or maybe I just need to clean it out. I haven't really taken the slide apart and cleaned out in the firing pin spring or the firing pin channel. So we'll try that. Rock on. Thanks for watching.